everybody, I'm Renee and welcome to my Kudos Kitchen, where today we're going to be making some honey lime sriracha chicken thighs. They're super easy to make. They take only 5 ingredients and dinner will be on the table in no time. I think you're really gonna love this recipe, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the limes in half. First, what I did is I rolled them on the counter to make sure they were going to give up as much juice as possible. Lately I've been seeing limes, even after you do this, they don't want to give up any juice. I don't understand what's going on. These ones feel nice and juicy. You can tell if they squeeze, if they have a nice squeeze to them, they're going to give up a good deal of juice. But rolling them with some pressure really helps that happen. And I've already gone ahead and put my chicken thighs on a baking sheet, which I have lined with foil just to help with easier cleanup. And I've sprayed it with some cooking spray. This happens to be olive oil cooking spray, just to prevent them from sticking. So I'm gonna cut the limes in half. I have 2 pretty good sized limes, and I'm going to squeeze the juice onto the chicken thighs. And these chicken thighs have bone in and their skin on. I have made this recipe before with boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and it works great, but this time I'm going to try it with the bone in. So the one thing you will want to note about cooking bone in chicken is it will take longer to cook, because the bone in the center, it's going to take time for that to get heated through, so it is going to take longer for the chicken to cook all the way through. Just a special note. So what I'm going to do first is squeeze a generous amount of the lime juice over each chicken thigh. And what this does, besides impart all that lovely lime flavor, is it will help to tenderize and cut through some of the fat that the chicken has, the chicken skin has. So a nice squeeze over each thigh. And then I'm going to flip them over and squeeze the lime juice on the opposite side of each thigh. And remember to always wash your hands well with soap when you're handling raw chicken. It may look like a lot of lime juice, and it is, but it's going to impart some really delicious flavor, so don't be afraid to use a lot of lime juice. Okay, I'm going to season both sides with salt and pepper up high so it falls more evenly, and some freshly ground black pepper. And the same thing with the other side. This is skin side. You can also do this with tongs and not have to wash your fingers constantly, but I chose fingers. Let me wash up again. Okay, more salt and pepper on the skin side, liberal. And then we're gonna let this sit and marinate for about 15 to 20 minutes. Make sure the lime juice really permeates the chicken thighs. Okay, now we set these aside while we mix up the honey lime sriracha sauce. So in a bowl or a small mixing cup, I'm going to add approximately 1/4 cup or more of honey. You can microwave this too, the honey, so it comes out faster. It won't be as thick as it heats. It'll be a lot thinner. It will be faster to get it out of the container that way, but I don't mind the wait. And approximately 2 tablespoons of sriracha, which is a hot sauce. Okay, if you like it a lot, add more. If you don't like it so hot, don't add as much. Okay, we're going to use some more lime juice and lime zest. The lime zest really adds a lot of lime flavor, even more so than the juice. So don't forget to add plenty of lime zest. Ooh, I just love the smell of lime. That looks pretty good for now. And some more juice. So I've already rolled these on the counter, cut them in half, Give them a good squeeze into the sauce. I like a lot of lime flavor, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 limes to this sauce. It's totally your call if you want to just do 1, but I like 2. You can actually use this honey lime sauce on all sorts of things. It doesn't have to be chicken thighs either. It can be chicken breast. That would be really good. And the lime would really help to tenderize the chicken breast and keep it nice and juicy. So I'm going to whisk this up. Okay. Oh, I can smell it. It smells really good. Really good. And the other thing that's going to add a lot of citrus flavor is cilantro. I happen to love cilantro. Sometimes I can't get enough of it. If you don't like cilantro, you don't have to use it in this recipe. But if you do, I suggest you go crazy. Add it. Add a lot. So I'm going to chop up roughly 2 tablespoons. And it just has to be a rough chop, nothing fancy. You can substitute parsley if you would like for this. It won't have the same flavor as what the cilantro is. To me, cilantro has a citrus flavor to it, nice citrusy, bright flavor that really livens up this sauce. Again, you can use parsley, but it won't quite be the same. But if you really like parsley, go for it. Okay, so that's approximately 2 tablespoons. Add that to my sauce. Give it a nice whisk. Oh boy, that's going to be so good. Alright, so this chicken still is going to sit for about 10 minutes. Make sure the lime permeates all that meat. And I have preheated my oven to 375 degrees. We'll give the chicken a few more minutes and then we'll come back, sauce her up, and stick them in the oven. And now I'm going to take our lovely Lime Sriracha honey sauce and liberally sauce the chicken. As it bakes, it'll turn sticky from the honey and sweet from the honey with some heat from that lovely sriracha. If you wanted, you could also add some red pepper flakes. I wouldn't stop you. That would be really good. So all the thighs have been sauced and they have been seasoned with salt and pepper. And now I'm going to pop this into the oven for about 30 minutes. And I'm going to come back and re-sauce, pop it in again, and then we'll be ready to eat. All right, so the chicken is out of the oven for the first time after baking for about a half an hour at 375. And now I'm going to take the remaining sauce we mixed up before, liberally coat this chicken with the lovely honey lime sriracha sauce. I must tell you, this smells really good. Okay, so there we have it. I'm gonna pop it back in the oven and we'll be back in a little bit. I wish you could smell these. You're just gonna have to make them at home, and that way you can smell them and eat them whenever you like. I'm gonna plate these up, finish them off, and I'll leave a link down below to where the recipe lives on my website, Kudos Kitchen by Renee. So these need to be cooked until they're an internal temperature of 180 degrees on a thermometer, or until you pierce the skin to the bone and the juices run clear. That's a really good way to tell if your chicken is done in the middle. The juices have to run clear. If they're pink at all, any sort of pink tinge, your chicken's not ready, put it back in the oven. So if you like this recipe, and I hope that you do, please consider subscribing to my channel here on YouTube and visit my website, Kudos Kitchen by Renee, because that's where all my recipes live. So thanks for visiting, and I hope you have a delicious day. Have a good day. Bye.